Jim, do I have regret for old videos, for old experience? I don't know what the exact title of this video is going to be, but I want to talk about regret, about data, about past experiences that you look onto them and you think they're so cringe and you're like, I wish I can just delete them from my own memory. And I want to talk first most about the example of YouTube, because in the last video I posted, the one I probably scheduled yesterday, is I had at the end of it an afterthought. It was like my weight loss stuff, where I basically said that I wanted to reduce my cursing, or my end goal is to reduce or completely eliminate cursing from my vocabulary entirely. And I've been a really bad potty mouth since I was a little kid, and I got pretty much berated by parents a lot because I had such a bad potty mouth. Like, it's not like my parents had a bad potty mouth. It was, I got a lot of my vocabulary from internet, and I think I have some autistic characteristic called echolalia, which basically makes you repeat other patterns and sounds from people that you hear online, and for some reason I'm able to mimic that really well. It's actually both a curse and a superpower. Curse being that it makes you sound retarded, I think, and then the superpower is that it's actually good for like language learning. Like me, if I wanted to copy language learning sounds, I'm able to mimic them very, very well, even if I don't know the language. So like, it's both a curse and a superpower. But with this characteristic of mine, like, I'm not diagnosed like autism, but I've taken like tests, and like people around me my whole life are telling, dude, you are so autistic. I don't know, maybe I am. Maybe me making these videos without any regard for feedback is a characteristic. I don't know. But I want to say in this video, with the cursing stuff and me doing a lot before, where I just kind of want to be a better role model and don't have this type of cursing in videos, because I think it ruins the pacing and purity of the message, I suppose. And I have all my videos still posted in all of my YouTube channels, the OC one, the crypto one, this main one, where I don't know how many posted videos do I have. Like, it's a few hundred, like long form ones. I have like a lot of short ones because of my daily accountability eating shorts, but a lot of my long form videos have me cursing a lot. And now that I've made this large change to become a person that's more pure with what they say, it makes me cringe when I think back on the other videos. I'm like, dang, I said all of these words. I was saying F word, S word, like every half second. And like some people are commenting on that, like, dude, like you cursing so much and whatnot. And I was like, do I just start over? Do I just remove my past, erase it, and say that I want to become a blank slate going forward? And I've decided, no, I wouldn't do that, right? Because, like, first of all, how crazy is it just to remove years of your own work like that just because you curse too much in those videos? The thing is that, yes, I've changed myself, but I can't change, like, what I've done in the past, right? I can only change what I can do in the present and what's going forward. But a lot of those videos as well that I posted is also really good data. It's actually mistakes that you can cringe on that actually amplify the motivation and purpose for you to change yourself to become the type of person that doesn't curse as much. Because this is a life lesson for pretty much everything, with any sort of skill set, with any sort of goal in mind, any sort of success that you want to have. Where if you want to have some sort of goal and succeed in something, you really, really need to first fail. And even within my own last videos or so, I look at the cursing and whatnot, and I wouldn't have gotten to this point if I didn't realize I was cursing so much in the first place. And of course you could say, well, it would have been so nice if you just never cursed in the first place, but I was never that type of person anyways, so that doesn't really apply to me. But it's kind of like that yin and yang situation, where we know in the Newton's third law, with every force there's an equal and opposite force, and then when there's light, when there's darkness. So there's a narrative yin and yang in a lot of things in life, and that's what I also think is happening here with like data, where data, when you are making the videos and you don't know what you're doing, but you're still uploading them and trying to get a message across, maybe yap say something out of your own heart. The thing is that you don't know what you're doing. This is the case for like a lot of YouTube people. Like, people think they have to get the perfect video out, or they need all the perfect equipment and lighting before they first post their first one. No, just upload it. Just make a very scrappy version, and then you can iterate upon on the next videos, right? Because it's not like you stay at that constant state for the rest of your life, that one person with a steady state channel with just that one video, and that is their whole identity. No, your identity is to be a continuous fluid form that repetitively and iteratively creates new videos that are 1% better every time. And that's what I want to say in this video, where basically I want to be the type of person that looks at my previous videos as data and not scorn them away and cast them away as, oh, this was previous me, I cringe at it. No, I actually needed that data to know the person I am today with Yin and Yang and something like that. I don't know, man. I kind of lost my train of thought, dude. Like, it's kind of hard sometimes when I'm recording videos in parking lot here. I mean, I understand, like, I could record it in somewhere else, maybe my own car or something, but I just like walking outside and getting the sunlight and getting the steps while making the videos, because that's what I do in these videos, where I like to get my steps in while recording, because it helps with fat loss reasons and just overall health. But like, it's hard because sometimes just cars drive by or just really loud noises come by, and then it kind of just distracts my train of thought. And like, it's kind of weird. Like, some people are just like looking at me, and then I don't know. I mean, that's just the name of the game here. That's what I signed up for coming to a empty parking lot right next to a bunch of stores and whatnot. But yeah, I wanted to basically say that with previous data, with videos that you've had before, with cringe moments you've had before, it's like the idea that there's no such thing as good without bad. There's no such thing as bad without good. Like, there's no such thing as, like, the narratively in the Bible where there's God versus Satan, and God is the side of good and then Satan is the side of bad, right? There wouldn't be this morality, I suppose, of who is the hero, who is the villain. Like, for the hero to exist, there has to be the villain, and for the villain to exist, there has to be the hero, right? So even within making your own videos and recognizing your own mistakes and recognizing what you failed at, you need to have the failures for you to succeed. And I guess just going deeper onto that point, where a lot of people, when they have any sort of skill set they want to go deep into, it's not like you know everything when you first go into it. It's not like you have to be the person that realizes what to do on the first day. It's almost never like that for any skill. You just have to try it, and then you have to realize what you did wrong, and then you do better on what you did wrong, and basically iteratively repeat that. And over time, it just patches holes more and more as you just throw yourself at the skill, and don't have any regard or discern for how fast am I going or how much further do I have left to go. Because the reality is that this rate of change pace is completely unique to you, since a lot of people, or pretty much everyone, they have their own unique circumstances for like learning things, right? And then there's also the other thing where people also have not really a skill ceiling for anything, in my own opinion. I don't think skill ceilings exist for pretty much everything, because you can always get better at something, and having something better at to do increases your overall resultant skill. So this is something that happened in Osu game, for example, where I made a bunch of YouTube channels, or I made a bunch of videos on the Osu game on the Osu channel, and I was basically talking about how to improve in Osu. And I was basically saying, well, the idea is that you just play more, but I try to go deeper on some nuances here. But one of my key characteristics there was like the limiting mindset, the limiting beliefs that you believe that you have a ceiling. But the reality is that in like this Osu game, where it is very dependent on mechanical skill, your hand movement, how fast you move a hand to click the circles or whatnot, and how fast you can move the fingers. And yes, human abilities in the body, there is like a physical limit compared to like a robot. Yeah, that's true. But I think for most people, it's better to have the mindset that you don't have a limit, you don't have a skill ceiling, but that your only goal is to trust the process and iteratively improve continuously 1% better every day, and have no regard for your sense of improvement. And as long as you stick at the process, you just compound over and over again onto your previous skill, and you become something beautiful. And it's just like that idea. And of course, you're going to make mistakes across the way with, like, even in Osu, with literally everything. Like with Osu, people are trying to realize, what's the best tapping style? What's my best cursor tablets? What's my best sensitivity? What type of gear should I use? But the thing is that a lot of these people who obsess over these are people who just started playing that game, like beginners. And these are questions you should ask more later on when you're advanced. But even still, when you're advanced player, the main idea is true. You just keep playing more. You just keep improving. You just keep trusting the process, basically. And everything else is just little decorations along the way that can help you, like your little power-ups. But the main bottleneck through is just to keep going. But that's pretty much all I'll say in this video, where the summary of this is that even if you have a bunch of bad memories from before, cringing at previous ideas, and even in the context of YouTube, where every video I uploaded is compounded and it's kept on the channel, well, I'm still going to keep them up, even if I was cursing a lot in the previous ones and I cringe at them, and I think that I'm way better now. Like, I'm trying to analyze myself while I'm recording the video in real time, by the way, because as I'm recording this video, my flow of talking is very disarrayed, and a lot of words aren't coming out of my mouth as I used to, because I would usually say a curse word there, but then my brain is consciously trying to replace it with something else, so it creates like a lag in my brain. I don't know, this is a skill I also have to develop, and I'm going to have this as like a data point on how I speak without any sort of cursing. But yes, you just keep them up, and you actually need those failures to succeed. It's like the perfect loser. But that's pretty much all I'm saying in this video. I will see you guys.